Money mantra. Money mantra. Manage your mind. Manage your money. All right, everyone. This is your host, Visual, and we are here with another episode of the Money Mantra. And today on the show, I have with me Andy Hill. Now, his background is as an account director, manager, and executive for various companies, and he also runs a really awesome site, marriagekidsandmoney.com. Andy, how you doing today, man?
I'm great, man. Thanks so much for having me on your show.
Awesome. So tell us a little bit about that website, man. I read an article on there that was very intriguing to me, and I really enjoyed it. Got some awesome info, man, and I'd like to hear a little bit more about that from you.
Yeah, I'm glad you liked it, man. I appreciate it. I've just started this adventure with Marriage, Kids, and Money this summer, marriagekidsandmoney.com. It's sort of documenting my trials and tribulations of being a dad, a husband, and just generally a guy who's planning for his family's future. So I wanted to start something that hopefully would help people and give them a look at where they could go with their life, both from a financial perspective, but also just from bettering their life in different ways. So I'm having a lot of fun with it. My wife, Nicole, and I have had a lot of success so far in our financial journey together, and I wanted to share some of those learnings and failures and different ways of looking at things to a broader community in hopes that people will improve their journey in life.
Awesome, man. Awesome. Loving it. So let's get right into this first interview, Andy. So tell me, what is your money mantra?
So I guess I would say, Caesar, carpe diem. I love that saying. It means seize the day. And it works well for me, both in my personal life and on this new site, because I feel like every day we get a new opportunity to better ourselves. So whether you're talking about money or being a better dad or being a better husband, I'm personally constantly looking for ways to always better myself. So I wake up every morning in search of new challenges, new knowledge, and new ways of improving my life and the people in my life. So this adventure that I've been headed down with this new site, Marriage, Kids, and Money, is a great example of that. I knew nothing about how to create a website, how to write a blog, how to do a podcast, but I'm doing it anyway, and I'm having a blast. It's been a lot of fun. It's a challenge, and I'm expanding my knowledge in an area that I never even considered doing before. So I'm having a lot of fun with it.
That's awesome, Andy. So, this is the money mantra, so I must ask, what are your different streams of revenue and how do you earn them?
Great question, Caesar. So right now, I'm just getting started in the blogging world. So my main focus right now with the site is creating interesting, relevant, helpful content on my site. So the revenue, I'm hopeful, will come down the road, but I'm in no rush right now. I want to make sure that I'm providing the people who do go to the site with interesting content, and I'm personally looking for ways I can differentiate myself in the personal finance community from other folks. So to answer your question, my main source of income is my full-time job. I love where I work. It's exciting work with great benefits, and it's allowed my wife, Nicole, to stay at home with our kids. So life is good right now, and I'm excited about where the blog and the site might take me in the future.
Awesome, Andy. So tell us a little bit more about your full-time job.
So, yeah, I work as a sales director at an experiential marketing company. We develop corporate events for large-scale Fortune 500 companies all around the world. So anything from business conferences to large-scale auto shows. So if you've ever attended an auto show, you've more than likely seen our work. We're the guys that are designing and building out those gigantic displays there that feature the likes of Toyota and Tesla and Volkswagen, so some of our larger automotive clients. So I have a lot of fun doing that, working really closely with smart, creative people and coming up with great concepts and making our clients very happy in the process.
Awesome, man. Love it. Love it. So now we know you're doing well. You got a great career, and you started this blog, got some great insight. Definitely heard about the paying off that mortgage very quickly, which shows me that you're definitely on point with your money. But what I want to know right now is, in detail, I want you to describe the moment in your life where you were going through your worst financial time.
I would have to say my wife and I got together originally. So this is when I didn't know very much about personal finance or being responsible with money. I knew how to make money. I just didn't know how to keep it or make it actually work for me. Nicole, my wife, was a very smart person and didn't have a drop of debt when we got together. I, on the other hand, had about $60,000 worth of debt. It was a combination of student loans, home equity loans, personal family loans, you name it, I had it. So I'd have to say the lowest point was when I bought her engagement ring. It should be like the best time, right? Not the lowest time. But I ended up buying the ring with a combination of my home equity line of credit and some student loans. So it was kind of one of those bittersweet moments where I was able to get the ring and get the girl, but I knew that there had to be a better way to manage your money and your life and your finances. So
yeah, that sounds great. I see that you definitely had your ups and downs in that moment, and even though it was supposed to be a great time, it was a struggle, but you've obviously made it through, and that's great to hear, man. I love that. So what exactly did you learn from that experience, and what would you say you don't want the listeners to know about that experience that you learned?
Yeah, I guess I would say, I was a part of this too. I would say that I learned that our society overall is addicted to debt. And because it provides you with instant satisfaction. If you want to buy something, you can, because somebody will give you the money to do it. And so I was addicted to debt too. So I would say from that point forward, I decided I wasn't going to buy anything unless I actually had the money, not credit, but real money. And it's changed my life. So the life that my wife and I and our kids have together, we went from having a net worth of probably negative $100,000 to about $500,000 today, and we're climbing more and more every year with some great strides in our lives. We're completely debt-free. We own both of our cars outright. We're on track to paying off the mortgage by the end of the year, as you mentioned that article that you read. And we're really excited about what's next.
That's awesome, man. I love that. Love that. So tell me, what is a real recent change that you've made in your own personal development? And tell us why you made that change for yourself.
So I guess I've been listening to a lot of podcasts lately, and they've been very helpful because I've been a big sort of personal development junkie for a while, and a big fan of the saying, early to bed, early to rise makes a man healthy, wealthy, and wise. And I've been taking that to heart lately. I was listening to the Tim Ferriss show, and he quite often interviews these titans of industry about their lives, and he always asks them about their morning. What do they do in the morning? And he asks them, he gets very granular about the details too. So I've been taking that to heart lately. I recently wrote an article about my Tim Ferriss inspired morning, and I want to take advantage of my mornings as much as possible and start my day off right. So it's been a sort of combination of waking up at a time like 6 a.m. and hydrating early so I have great energy throughout the day, spending some time meditating. I've been using Headspace for the past, I think, about 6 months, and I've really enjoyed that app. I know there's a lot of other routes to do meditation, and I'm excited about learning about those in the future. But Headspace was a great way for me to get into some beginner meditation, and it's really helped me to start the day off right. And outside of that, doing some exercise in the morning, whether it's jogging, or I've been a big fan of P90X when it gets super cold here in Michigan. I believe you're in Chicago, so you know about the cold winters as well. So
oh yeah.
So that's helped me to get energized and excited for the day, and also making sure what I'm eating in the morning sets me off on the right tone too. I do a lot of cooking with my kids in the morning. It's a lot of fun. They help me with the ingredients. They're excellent helpers in making the green smoothies or the oatmeal with the healthy proteins and fats and omelets and things like that have really helped me get a good start on my day.
Awesome, man. Awesome. So, Andy, listen, what we're going to do is we're going to take a quick break right now just to get in tune with everybody that supports the show. And then we're going to hop right in with our final questions. All right.
Excellent. Thanks, Caesar.
Awesome.
What's good, my people? So, one thing I really dig about being an entrepreneur is the marketing and branding aspect. There's something great about having an idea and being able to manifest it in a way that really gravitates to people. And something that's been able to help me do that is Wave. I went to wave.video, that's WAVVE.video, where I was able to create images and combine them with some audio from the podcast and turn those into video. I've been able to use that video all over the Money Mantra social media. You could go check those out right now. If you want to create your own like that, just go to wave.video. That's WAVVE.video.
All right, my friends. We are back with Andy Hill, and we are heading right here towards the end of the show. And Andy, we're going to start off right here with this question. Let me know, what is your biggest challenge when you're dealing with money?
Great question. I guess the old need versus want challenge, determining what is a need versus what is something that I want each month. And my wife and I are good at getting together and developing a monthly budget. We do that on the first of the month, and we set that using mint.com and talk about obviously what's coming in and what's going out. And a big part of that discussion is what's important to us, but sometimes the month gets away from you, and I'm seeing something new and shiny, and it's tough to say no. So I guess that would probably be my biggest challenge. As new things pop up, it's I throw it on the need versus want scale.
How about personal mindset? What's your biggest challenge there?
I guess I'm a very goal-oriented person. I guess it would probably be just finding the amount of time in a day to do all of those goals. Yeah. So I always put out a lot for myself to be successful at work, be successful in this entrepreneurial journey that I'm in, being a great dad, being a good husband, being healthy. It's the ability to balance all of that and do it in a way where I'm not overstressing myself, but still meeting my goals in the same sense. I hope that answers your question.
Got it. Yeah, definitely. How about your biggest strength when it comes with dealing with money?
I guess it would probably be on the goal setting side. I think I'm pretty good at that. Once I set something, I have a very good track record of following through with it. For example, we keep bringing that article on the mortgage, but we've been focused on paying that off for the past 3 years, and we set a goal for 5 years that we would pay it off. And right now, things are going well, and we're planning on paying it off by next December. So that would be 4 years. So I guess setting goals and following through with them is a big, strong suit of mine.
That's great, man. How about your strongest personal mindset?
I think it's that focus. I think it's that ability to, set something out there and put the goals around what needs to happen in order to attain what we want, and putting the focus there and staying determined and focused to get it done. So, I would say that's probably my strongest personal mindset.
Great. What's the greatest thing you're looking forward to every day in your life?
Good question. I guess I would say my children are a very, very important part of my life right now. Every day I get to spend time with them and see them experience life for the first time. I brought my son downtown Detroit for a Lions game this past weekend, and just having him look at gigantic buildings for the first time was almost as exciting for me as it was for him. Just having him see life and what it is and experience things. So I guess as opposed to something way in the future that I'm looking forward to, I'm excited to be on the journey with them because I love them so much, and that's why I'm working hard every day.
Awesome, man. Yeah, kids are great, man. Kids are definitely great. They make life a whole lot better.
Absolutely.
So, Andy, you told us earlier about your morning routine and some of the things that you do in the morning. Do you have another routine or habit that keeps you focused on your goals?
Yeah, I guess financially speaking, I would say Doing that monthly budget with my wife has been a huge part of our success. Like I said, we use Mint. We get together once a month and we talk about our hopes and dreams, and we make a plan. So we talk about, hey, what would be major success or excitement for you when we do pay off this mortgage? And we have that sort of dream session together. What do we want to do when we're not paying $2,000 a month towards our mortgage? What do we want to do with that extra money? And having that ability to talk about where we want to be together is really exciting. So we do that once a month, and while we're planning it, using Mint.com, because we've really enjoyed that app and the online service that they have for our monthly budgeting, helps us immensely. It's helped us to stay on the same page. She has the app on her phone. I have the app on my phone. So when we're out and about and we're deciding on those needs versus wants, we can refer to that app and make sure that we're headed in the right direction. And it's helped us out a lot, both in being successful with finances, but also with our marriage communication overall. So, and then outside of that, I guess personally, not financially, I've been reading a lot more and listening to audiobooks. I got into audible.com, which makes things really easy to listen to books on your phone or in your car if you've got Bluetooth. And overall, I've just been picking up books that help me to be a better dad, be a better husband, and just a better person in general.
Awesome, man. So I know you mentioned Mint.com a couple times, but you have another app, software, or maybe service or other resource that helps you with your money mantra?
I guess just podcasts in general have been really motivating me lately. So I have that little app on my phone for iPhones for podcasts that have been great, and I'm glad you're doing what you're doing, Caesar, with the Money Mantra podcast, because I think that's going to help people out a lot.
Thank you.
But some of the podcasts that I've been getting into lately, I mentioned Tim Ferriss. That's great just for all around everything. He covers all sorts of topics, and he interviews these great folks on his show that really give you a deep dive into how they've become successful in their individual areas. Tony Robbins, he's a huge motivation, great speaker, great presenter, and he also dissects life in various forms and helps you to be more successful. Joel Osteen, I like him a lot from a faith perspective, as well as just being a good Christian and good person in life. The Model Health Show by Sean Stevenson, that one's a lot of fun. It's a bunch of health tips that I've never even thought of that have made a big difference in my life already. He's also a part of another one called the Good Dad Project that helps people be a better dad. So it's another one that I really enjoy. So I guess podcasts. I love that little podcast app on my phone.
Awesome, man. Give us a book or film that you recommend and why.
I would say the book that's impacted me the most this year, since I've been trying to learn more, is The Slight Edge by Jeff Olson. It's a shorter book. It's probably about 250 pages. You could probably fly through it in a couple of weeks if you had some time on a plane or at home. It definitely fits into that money mantra that I mentioned earlier of Carpe Diem. It's the epitome of that. It essentially explains that the small daily actions we take each day exponentially affect your life. And this could both happen in the positive version and the negative version. So, for example, if you are eating better and planning for your health and considering what you put in your body every day, that's going to have exponential positive benefits in your life. And on the opposite end, if you're smoking and drinking and doing drugs and just carrying an unhealthy way of life, that's also going to have exponential negative effects on your life. So I'm trying to do the best to hit on those positive areas in my life for health, wealth, my relationships, etc. But it's a great book, and I highly recommend it.
Awesome, man. So listen, this question right here, man, is one of my favorites. What would you do, or what have you done maybe, with your first $1 million?
Great question. I'm not quite there yet, and I'm very excited for when that happens in the future. But I would say if I had $1 million extra, I would probably get into rental real estate with my wife because she is an excellent home designer. She has taken our home and created a really beautiful place for us to live. And I think partnering with her in owning rental real estate and creating a family business together would make me extremely happy. And it could be something that we could work on with our kids as they get older, and it could be something we could provide to our kids and create a really great family tree growth moment where they would have the business to work on with their kids in the future. I think that would be a really cool thing to do.
Awesome, man. So, Andy, we're wrapping up right now. Just please give us some final personal advice and definitely tell us where we could contact you.
I guess it's sort of been the theme, but yeah, take advantage of every day we have. Carpe diem. We're not on this earth very long, so what can we do to make a huge impact in our lives and then in the lives of the people that are around us in various ways. So that's hopefully what I'm going to be accomplishing with the site, marriagekidsandmoney.com. That's where you guys can find me. And I'd love any feedback that people have on the articles that I'm writing and the topics that are most interesting to everybody else. So thanks so much. And you guys can find me on Twitter at Andy Hill MKM. That's like Marriage, Kids, and Money. So at Andy Hill MKM.
Awesome, Andy. Thank you so much for your time once again. And my people, we are at the end of this episode with Andy Hill. And as always, to the people listening and to you, Andy, nothing but peace, blessings, and hundreds of lessons to you.